her, but we're gonna read her.
Oh my God!
First of all,
I just watched her documentary on Netflix the other day.
Oh, you did?
I did.
First of all,
wait, Madison, go ahead. You want to start? Go ahead.
First of all, she moves, she thinks, she lives,
Like
she
a man.
operates,
She
walks, she speaks, she moves herself around as a white man.
And eats and eats and eats.
She presents as a trans woman, but she operates as a privileged white man. She lives as she presents as
she operates like a white Republican.
A white Republican man.
Yes. Yes.
Once again, she presents as trans, but she operates
Her mindset.
She thinks. Put her picture up there. Okay. She operates. She thinks. She makes decisions. She moves. She does all of the things as a privileged white man. And here's the thing: I'm never going to attack her privilege because, she's a Kardashian. And so,
and also, Madison, every community has privilege. You have privilege because you can pass as a trans woman. There are trans women that can't. Right. There are gay men who can pass as straight. Mm-hmm. You understand? So there's privileges in every community. So that's the thing that we have to think about too. And I'm not going to.
Yeah, Craig. I'm not going to attack her privilege because there's privileges in spaces like for me, like even though I'm broke, I have a privilege.
You know what? I'm about to get out of here. I'm not about to play with you.
I really thought she was about to say something.
No, even though
I thought she was about to say something serious. Girl, let me hold your food stamp card.
Even though I'm broke, I still have financial privilege and things like that with things.
Let me hold your food stamp card.
No, I don't have that, Craig. You're the one operates with those food stamp cards. I've asked you to put me onto the food stamp lick for the longest, but you would not do that. I've asked you so many times. So for me, I get it. So I'm not going to talk about money and all this stuff and be in all those places, because sometimes, I can operate from a place of having, I don't work. I haven't worked since I was 23 years old.
Right.
I'm 44 years old. I have not worked since I was 23 years old. I go everywhere I want. I buy anything I want, even though I do still put both of my telephones on a payment plan. I do these things or whatever. But I live in a space of me operating from my mentality is I operate from a broke place. Like, girl, I don't got it. But I know that I have the privilege of having a couple of
resources. Yeah.
So I'm not gonna attack her financial privilege or whatever. However, when you get down into a place like this of talking about the government imposing law to tell women, yes, Jessica say I haven't done a W-2, right? I mean, I have worked on jobs or whatever, but I work for myself. I haven't clocked in since I was 23 years old. But she operates from this place, not thinking like, who are you and I, Craig? I am not a biological woman. I am not a biological female. I am a trans woman. So I don't want the government telling me what I can't do to my own body.
Right.
So there's no way that I, as a person who does not want my rights impeded on and have my things impeded on by government telling me that I can't do. What if I'm looking at it from the standpoint of a woman. I understand that the government is acting like they're looking out for the baby or for the fetus,
right?
That hasn't came here. But however, are you guys? Is the government implementing laws, or are they implementing places that are going to take care of this fetus when it's grown? Like what are you doing? Like, you are all concerned about the welfare of the fetus until the fetus comes out, and then
it can't be taken care
of.
of.
The baby is in foster care for years. The baby is in foster care.
Now, I did listen to her comment, but when I was listening to it somehow it sounded like a contradiction, because she said that she supports the decision that Texas made about abortion, but she also feels that women should have the right to decide. So it was kind of like she was trying to.
She should shut the fuck up, because in her whole totality, she support. You should never say I support. Like you are a trans woman. What if you were told that the government is only going to allow 5 trans women to come through per year, and you're number 3. I mean, you're number 6, and they won't let you come through because you can't
start your transition.
You can't have any hormones. Right. You can't have any hormone therapy. You can't have any laser treatment. You can't go through.
You need to tweet that. You need to tweet that and tag her.
Like you can't. Like, what if you got to really look at the space of you can't.
That's a good metaphor. You need to tweet her.
You, ma'am, sir, are not a female.
Not ma'am, sir.
You're not. You are not a female. So you are not going to sit here and tell a female that she can't do these things with her body. Bitch, you will get raped and the cum will go in your ass or your mouth. It will not create another being inside of you that you have to walk around and carry. So you can't tell her or any woman any female out there that they have these, they don't have the right to make these decisions over the way that they want to govern their bodies. You aren't concerned about those fetuses, girl. You're not that concerned. You are not concerned about those fetuses, honey. Because if you were, girl, I'm not going to go in a dark place on her, because I've been very mindful not to go deeply dark on her motherfucking ass, because I've been like, girl, it's mad, you can't do it. So
I really do think you should tweet her and say that. That was a really good metaphor. I never even thought about it that way. But you really should tweet her.
That makes perfect sense.
Like, you have to see, when people are writing these laws and they're making these mandates and stuff like that, you have to put yourself in the shoes of people who might be affected by this situation. You're just making this law thinking about the fetus. Bitch, you can't carry but you're not going to walk around here with a child inside of you for 9 months. You're not going to push this child out of you. And this is not this. And here's the only time that I will be on the side with females when they be like, you will never have a baby. You're not gonna understand that. These are things that you're not gonna ever understand, and you're never going to have the ability to do this stuff. So you should. There are certain things that you should sit out, and this most definitely
is one of them.
Mr. Mom is one of those things that you should sit out. You should sit this whole thing out and just be like, girl, and understand it from a perspective of a trans person. Like, bitch, what if you were denied that you cannot have your hormones? You cannot have your laser treatment. You can't have that scalp replacement where you move the back of your hair. You can't have a facial feminization. You can't do this because you can't have that Adam's apple shave down. You can't have those size 22 foot, broken into 4 pieces and shrunken. You can't have your shoulder blades or your back smoothed down. You know what I'm saying? Like, think in the space of, if the government said these things to you,